Derek Spallone. Glad to be alongside Jeremy Lin. Jeremy, how are you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm good. Thank you for taking the time. And just first and foremost, as we mentioned, fresh off the All-Star break, the team is currently sitting at the 8th spot in the Eastern Conference playoff race. But, what are your expectations as the season progresses? What's going to be the key to maintaining that stability down the stretch?
I think for us, just consistency in our effort and in our attention to detail, specifically on the defensive end. If we can really do those two things, I feel like we can make a good run. And I'm not going to go too far into playoff seeding or what we want, or I don't want to get ahead of myself. But I just feel like if we can learn to be a more consistently aggressive and intense team, we'll definitely have a really good second half of the season.
Yeah, just staying afloat as the season progresses. But, even here, you guys have a great backcourt. You guys like yourself and Kemba Walker and Jeremy Lamb. But as one of the leaders, how have you just been able to hold everybody accountable and pushing each other to take that next step?
This is such a great group of guys and so easy to coach, so easy to play with. And so we all just try to take a little bit of the burden on keeping each other accountable and pushing each other. And I think we've learned a lot about each other in the first half of the season, and it's just, continuing to go through the growth process.
Perfect, man. And just a few more questions for you. You have a great story on your path to the NBA, not being highly recruited out of high school, growing up in California, but then starting at Harvard and going undrafted, and then just putting in all that time and, working on your craft until you're able to make it into the league and stay sustainable and one of the brightest players in the league to this day. But when you look back on your journey, just how far you've come and all you've gone through, what goes through your mind?
Just a blessing from God. The whole thing is just such a blessing, and I think every NBA player to some extent knows that there has to have been some type of good fortune or blessing or whatever you want to call it for them to get to this point. And for me, that applies even more. Just so many of the things that I've been through, and for me to be sitting here in the NBA today is definitely a miracle. So thankful to God every time I think about it.
Yeah, just having faith and staying strong in your abilities until you're able to reach that next level, basically.
Yeah,
perfect, man. And just my final question for you. I know you had the opportunity last year to play alongside Kobe Bryant as he recently announced his retirement. In your opinion, what made Kobe Bryant so unique and stand out from all the other great players that you paired up with throughout your career?
He's just obsessive about the game and studied every facet of it, and really pushed himself to be squeeze every bit of potential out of him. And so that's why he's had the career he's had.
Man, hey, Derek Spallone, Jeremy Lin, I appreciate your time, man.
Thanks,
Best of luck.
man.
Thank you, man.